I've been looking for a house with no walls or no whispers, no hiding places, no secret sister. Been looking for a house that won't shelter a lie, no tear-stained past or reason to cry. I wanna live, live, live in a house of love. I wanna live, live, live.
Welcome to Empowering Women Everywhere, a show designed with women in mind. I am your host, Nan Gill, and today our guest is Cynthia Marsh-Croll. She's the project director at Women's Enterprise Development Center. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
So today's a great show for women. It's about a program that's offered in Orange and Dutchess and
We serve,
Westchester.
yes, we actually service, my territory is Sullivan, Orange, Dutchess, Ulster and Putnam.
Okay.
And then our main office in White Plains services Westchester, Rockland, in that area.
Okay, so we have a wide range of locations that you can get this service from. And they're here to help you develop your small business, complete a business plan, and grow a successful company, and much more. So you want to tell us a little bit about your programs that you offer?
Sure. I really like being involved with the Women's Enterprise Development Center. You can get business counseling, free business counseling from a lot of different providers.
Right.
What's different about us is that we're a women's business center. We're about women's entrepreneurship. Now, we
Right.
help everybody, but primarily we're about women's entrepreneurship. So when we're looking at how we're going to structure our programming, it's with that in mind.
Right.
So we have a lot of different things that we can offer people. We have free one-on-one business counseling, and that's where I cover that range from anyone that's in those counties.
Right.
And our White Plains.
Now, what were the counties again that you cover?
I cover Sullivan, Orange, Dutchess, Ulster, and Putnam.
Right. So, and what's the website if they want to get in touch with you?
Sure, it's www.wedcbiz.org, and that's WEDCBIZ.org.
Okay. So they can go on there and get your phone numbers and find out how to get in contact with you. So if anybody's interested in starting a business, or if you started one, and you do certification also for women
Correct.
business. If you want to
Correct.
get certified as a woman,
It's a Minority Women Business Enterprise, MWBE.
okay.
And we also have something else that we're helping with too, which is really exciting. It's a new designation, Service Disabled Veteran Operated Business.
Okay.
So, which I think is wonderful because we're able to help, those that have served our country and be able to help them be able to take advantage of a certification.
Okay, so tell us a little more about your programs.
So we have the free one-on-one business counseling. We do subject matter workshops. We have like all-day ones, say on things like QuickBooks
Okay.
or marketing and sales, those types of things that are resources that are going to help somebody grow a business.
Now, these are workshops that are online, or are they workshops
in
that
person.
you go to?
They're in person. And those usually, with the topic workshops, can range anywhere from about 3 hours to all day.
Right.
Depending upon, which program it is. We also offer webinars.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a lunch and learn type thing because they're an hour and it's like 12 to 1. And regardless of where you're at, you can come because you don't have the issue of being able to travel. So we have webinars that are very, very good. And we also have a copy of the webinar on the website afterwards that if somebody who missed it would like to go back and look at it, you register to watch it, and then you can go ahead and watch the webinar after it happened.
And you can just register right on your website for
Correct.
these webinars. And where do you hold your workshops?
Now, those get moved around. I hold them because I cover such a wide
Right.
range. My workshops I've been holding in either Orange County, I've been doing them in Dutchess County, I'm setting some up for
Okay.
Ulster County, so that it gives people the ability from the different areas to take advantage of those workshops. Our White Plains office will have things that are in Westchester County, Yonkers. One of the other things that we have, which is amazing, is our flagship 60-hour program. And that is the A to Z's of running a business.
Okay.
So you go through this class, you write a business plan, and then what's really great is at the end of the program, you give a presentation to a panel. It's not Shark Tank. It's okay.
Well,
it's
that's a good thing.
yes. Nobody would do it. It's constructive feedback, so that we have people on the panel like bankers, current business owners, successful graduates. We also work with partners with SCORE, SBDCs, and so on and so forth, because we're also partially funded by the SBA because we're women's business centers, so they're partners of us under the SBA.
And there's no charge for these workshops? There's no...
Now, it depends. The 60-hour, we do charge.
Okay.
We charge $250 for that.
Right, which is nothing.
Which is
60
really
hours.
nothing for, it's actually 60 plus when you add in some of the other stuff that we do during that program. We do charge for the all-day subject matter workshops because I have to pay a subject matter expert to show up on a Saturday
Okay.
from 9 to 4.
Okay.
So those we charge $49.95.
Okay.
But the one-on-one business counseling's free, the webinars are free, and
Okay.
our shorter workshops are free most of the time. The other thing that we do that I really like is we have this program called Path to Entrepreneurship. So I say this is the intro for the tire kicker. If somebody has an idea, they're like, oh, I don't know. They're not really ready to develop a business
Right.
plan. They just think that they may want to start a business. We run these pretty regularly in both areas, from both offices.
Right.
And it's 2.5 hours. And it gives somebody a taste of what's involved in owning a business. What's the pros? What's the cons? What are the things you have to think? What's marketing?
Right.
What's financing? What is what's projections? What what I mean? Kind of just to give them
So
some
if you're
basics.
thinking about starting a business and you have an idea, you can go to one of these, what's it,
Path to
Path to-
entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And I like that because before you don't want somebody to go into the 60-hour class that isn't ready.
Right.
And get overwhelmed. So the Path to Entrepreneurship is a great way to introduce somebody to business ownership. The other thing that we have in our 60-hour program, and again, we're building our programs with women in mind. We as nurturers don't tend to take care of ourselves, which means we're going to do a lousy job running the business. We're not going to, we're going to have conflict with our family.
Not necessarily.
Well, let's put it this way. You'd be happier if you help them feed you, and you're more productive when you help feed you.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we have in our 60-hour program is we have like a successful mindset tools
Right.
for feeding the entrepreneur. So that as they go through this process and they start ramping up and they're working those long hours and needing that stamina
Right.
to be able to build a business and get it off the ground for that first, year, then 2 years and 3
Right.
to get to the point where you're really, is what are some of the things that you can do to help yourself
Right.
be successful, that you're nurturing yourself or doing things for yourself. And I think that that's an important component. The other thing that I really like is we have different events that we do down out that is sponsored and held down in the Westchester area that's designed for women. We network differently. We do business differently. So these events are geared for women to connect, to network, to meet other women, and be able to grow their sphere of influence and really be able to connect and grow.
So you have these networking events mostly in Westchester?
They're
now?
down, they're primarily
But
down in
anyone can
Westchester.
go.
Anyone can go to these. And the other thing that's nice is you can register for a workshop, or you can register for one workshop, multiple workshops, check out our webinars. The idea is we want to make it accessible to everybody,
Right.
so that they can get what they need to be successful. Because we can help you from being an idea to starting to sustaining.
Right.
And that's where the topic
And
workshops come
basically,
in.
if you're interested in anything, if you go onto the website, and then you can look at the past webinars that they've done and see if anything sparks your interest. You can sign up to go to one of the pathways or
Path to entrepreneurship.
path to entrepreneurship to see whether or not your idea is viable and if you're really what you need to start a business. And then they have the next program, which is the 60-hour class, which gives you the nuts and bolts of starting your own business. So there's all kinds of, and the networking.
And the other thing too is what I'm doing is I'm really trying to work with existing women's groups.
Mm-hmm.
So my office is in Poughkeepsie, so the Dutchess chambers over there, they have the Women's Leadership Alliance over there. So I'm on their committee and being involved with them so that as we have different organizations, New Paltz has, it's WOW, I think it's Women of Wisdom, I believe. But these different groups, and over here in Orange County, I know there's there's the MWBE committee over at the Orange County Chamber, and some other ones are in the works. So what that does, as opposed to me, because it's just me at my Dutchess location, try to run these networking events, I'm trying to tap into what are people already doing.
Exactly.
And then I'm using that as a way to share that information on our social media or share it in an email blast or something along
Now,
those
do you
lines.
have a Facebook page?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So if they go put in Women's Enterprise Development Center, we do have a Facebook page. And they can see, we put the events up there. We have different graduates and stuff that will put different things up there. If we have resources that we come across that we think would be valuable, we'll put those up there. So
Do you share the events of the other women's groups up there?
Yes, if they
Okay.
give us information or a flyer and say, can you pass this on? Absolutely.
Cool.
And we'll put that up there, because my thing is we want to give everybody access to grow their network, resources, and connections, because that's what's going to be the way you're going to find out what you need to find out or get connected to who you need to be connected to grow your business.
Right. So what type of businesses have some women come in with that you've helped them with? What are some examples?
Well, our center started actually in July.
Okay.
This location. WEDC's been around and doing this since the late 90s.
Right.
So we're just finishing up our second class now.
Uh-huh.
And I love it because we have a lot of different kinds of people between the two classes. We've had people that are making specialty products.
Okay.
All right, whether that's clothing, pocketbooks, things of that nature. Then we also have people that are in the current class that are food. That's another big one. You get a lot of people that are looking to get into either baking or they want to take a hobby and then ramp it up into a business.
Right.
We have people that come through that could be service-based businesses. We get retail locations also. I have we have some gentlemen in this class, and one of them's a barber, an existing barber shop in Port Jervis, and he's really looking. He's a new business, and he took it over, and he's really looking to ramp it up.
So if you have an existing business, you can come to you to learn how to make it
better.
Okay.
And the thing is it doesn't matter what stage of business you're in. You need a good solid roadmap.
Right.
And that's where that 60-hour really helps you hone in on where do I want to go and how am I going to get there, regardless of what stage of business you're in.
Right.
A lot of people will ramp up and go without that business plan, be running a while, they're on a hamster wheel,
Right.
and they realize, you know what, I need to take a step back.
You need a plan.
Right, I need to take a step back. There's more involved than I anticipated, and I really need a roadmap to be able to be successful.
Right.
And we can help them do that. The subject matter expert topic workshops are great because those are really geared for people that are already going.
Right.
So you need to hone in on tightening up your marketing. You need some help with some sales skills and networking skills.
Right.
You need some help with QuickBooks. That's a great way for somebody to be able to do that. And one of the workshops we have coming up that I'm really excited about that you have on that list is our trade show expo boot camp.
Okay.
Over the years,
Oh yeah, I should go to that.
yeah, over the years,
Part 1 is on May 5th, and Part 2 is on May 19th. Good idea.
yeah, and we just finished over at the Accelerator in New Windsor this morning. I just did an MWBE, should I get certified and what's involved over at the Accelerator with Lynn Samedi of PTAC, the Procurement Technical Assistance
Right.
Center, and we're going to be doing a part 2 where she's going to be over doing a procurement and how to actually leverage that on, I believe it's May 26th.
Okay, well everything's up on your website. Okay.
The other thing is I put together that Entrepreneur to Employer webinar.
Okay.
Because when we're working with businesses that are trying to grow, say
Right.
people getting certified or trying different markets or ramping up their marketing or whatever the case may
Right.
be, the hopefully the organic outcome of that is you're going to have to hire people because you're
Right.
growing.
Exactly.
So it's a very big leap to go from being a solopreneur to hiring people.
Right.
So this webinar is a wonderful opportunity to kind of give someone, again, like your Path Entrepreneur, a 1 hour, 12 to 1 webinar overview of what are the things I have to think about if I want to hire somebody.
Right. And all of these webinars are on your website.
Correct.
So even if you don't get to go on a certain date, you can
Can
pull
go
them
back and
up
look at
and
it.
look at them and see. This is great. Okay, and you do work with getting certified for an MWBE. Do you want
Correct.
to talk a little bit about the advantages of being a minority women business entrepreneur certified?
Sure. What the biggest thing with that is that any state monies, okay, that has a goal attached to it. All right. So if it's a state agency, if it's an authority, any of those, they have to use, or the goal is that they're supposed to use 30% of their vendors
Okay.
need to be MWBEs.
Okay.
All right. So what does that mean? You're trying to do procurement, which means selling to the government.
Right.
Okay. So you want to sell to an agency, and you want to be top of that list. That's going to put you on the top of the list.
Okay.
All right, you still have to go through the bidding process. It doesn't guarantee that you're going to get the contract. Now, the other part of that, because some people will be like, I do X, Y, and Z. That's not going to help me. There's a whole nother level to this,
Right.
which is subcontracting to primes that get money.
Right.
Okay, we're partially funded by Empire State Development.
Mhm.
We have to use MWBE vendors.
Okay.
We're helping people get certified, and we have to use MWBE vendors as a nonprofit receiving state money.
Right.
Okay, so if nonprofits are receiving state money, they're going to have attached to that MWBE goals,
Okay.
so that you can go after what I say primes is a whole nother market
Yeah.
that you can work with. I have someone right now, husband and wife, that's in a team that's looking to do photography and have a studio and everything. They want to work with nonprofits.
Right.
So having that certification is a really good opportunity for them to be able to, and he's a minority, so it works out, there's no issue with the husband being involved, that they're able to look at having that and then soliciting nonprofits.
Yep.
And being able to be part of that. The other thing is if someone's looking to sell to municipalities, they don't have the specific goals per se, but they're incorporating that into what they're doing when they're doing their purchasing. Another thing is that there's a lot of different options for
There's a
different
lot
markets.
of advantages. Now, how long does it usually take to get certified?
The doing the application, once you get it in, because the governor upped it from 20 to 30%,
Okay.
they got a bit backlogged.
Yeah.
So it can take anywhere from 9 months to a year to be processed.
Okay.
So it's not going to be overnight. However, the one advantage of working with an EAP center, because we're partially funded by
And
Empire
what
State
does
Development,
EAP mean?
Entrepreneurial Assistance Program.
Okay. So,
Okay.
And you are an EAP
P center.
Okay.
All right. So is White Plains. WEDC
Okay.
has 2. That
Okay.
location and my location. And what that is we're kind of like a partner. with ESD, right?
Which is
With
ESD
Empire State Development. Sorry, when you
Okay.
get into this, you get into acronyms,
We
because
need to
otherwise
know.
you'd be, yes, sorry about the acronyms. So anyway, what ended up happening is that they needed some way of being able to help be able to meet this goal.
Right.
So what we have with them is you work with an EAP center, and there's like 23 of us or 24 of us, I forget the exact number, across the state.
Okay.
You get expedited. So if you come work with us, whether it's my White Plains office or me,
Right.
and we go to submit your application, you get expedited.
Okay.
All right, so that'll speed it up a bit. That's not the same as being fast-tracked.
Right.
And fast-tracked is when somebody else already has vetted you,
Uh-huh.
and you're certified through another agency or another
Okay.
organization.
Yeah.
But we can help speed it up
Right. Okay.
a bit. So that's
And
an
is there
advantage.
any charge for your assistance?
No. The certification's free, help getting certified is free, and recertification is free, and it lasts 3 years.
Okay. Good. All right. And there's all kinds of advantages and all kinds of webinars that you can go and check some stuff out. And you can sign up for one of those path to entrepreneurship programs right on the website.
Yeah,
You can sign
everything's
up
there.
find
And
out.
when they go to the website, all the upcoming events are on the sidebar,
Okay.
and they're color-coded. So you can see which location they are, and we
Okay.
have our Spanish program also. So that's all there. So whatever the person's looking for, it's right there.
Tell us a little bit about your Spanish program.
This is wonderful. We have the Spanish program down in the Westchester area, and that is the 60-hour is taught in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
And various workshops that are done in Spanish, and the Path to Entrepreneur are done in Spanish,
Okay.
which is amazing because we didn't want language to be a barrier for someone.
Right.
We wanted to teach them in their native language so that we would make sure that they were absorbing what we were trying to teach.
Right.
And then we can work with them from that point to be able to work within a community and so on and so forth. But it's a great way to be able to give them where they feel comfortable,
Right.
where they can communicate effectively, and then a message is not lost into what we're trying to teach someone.
Right. Well, that sounds wonderful. So, well, tell us a little bit about your background, how you got started, and how you got involved in all this.
We moved up to, I'm originally from Central Jersey,
Okay.
and we moved up to Orange County about 18 and a half years ago. I had a career at Computer Associates, and I was married in September, and found out I was a mommy in April.
Oh, wow.
So,
How long ago?
my daughter's 19.
Okay, so it's a while
okay,
ago.
yeah. So
We remember these things as if they're
yesterday. And so what ended up happening was that's what I had to make a choice.
Uh-huh.
Was I going to spend my time on my career,
Right.
or was I going to back off of that and spend the time with my daughter? And growing up in a single parent household, that was more important to me. So that's what prompted us to move, because Central Jersey is expensive.
Right.
And that's when we came up here. But I made a real effort to keep my skills up, because I knew how difficult it would be to get back into
Right.
the workforce when you take a break.
Uh-huh.
And I had been with a tech company that I was staying on top of any trends, any technology, so I didn't want to lose that edge.
Right.
Well, what ended up happening was I was doing some part-time stuff, and one of them, they were like, you were making less and less money. And I said, I want to do something
I've
else.
been there.
Right. So I sit there and I said, this isn't working out. And I was really good at business organizing and processes and all that stuff. Everywhere I went, I ended up being the trainer because I would figure out how to do stuff. My brain just works that way. And that's when I decided to start my own business organizing company that's been in business for 10 years.
Okay.
And as part of that, I used to run the program. Well, first I was a graduate of the program when it was at the Orange County Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
And then
And say the name of that program.
that
again.
was the Entrepreneurial Assistance Program also.
Okay.
And what happened was I was a graduate of that program, and then the person that ran the program at the time was going to have to transition out of that and find a replacement, and he recommended me.
Okay.
So I also ran this program at the Orange County Chamber of Commerce for over 3 years.
Right. Well, that's when I met you, because I actually took that program. I did.
Yeah, and that was an amazing experience. It really was wonderful. The chamber no longer
I
hosts
recommend
that.
the program to everyone, by the way. It
Oh,
was
thank
very
you.
helpful.
I tell you, and what I like about WEDC is the curriculum that WEDC is using. And
Well,
this
explain
way.
to everyone what WEDC is.
Yes, the Women's Enterprise Development Center.
Okay.
Again,
WEDC.
sorry with the acronyms again. If I didn't, I'd be sentences would be this long. With WEDC is I really love the curriculum that they're using. I find that it's very comprehensive. It's designed for implementation, and the materials are excellent.
Right.
So I really like when I came over and started working for the Women's Enterprise Development Center, I was highly impressed with what they had.
So what are some of the things that you study when you take this?
Well, you're going to go over legal structure. Like,
Okay.
that's very important. Should you be a sole proprietor? Should you be a limited liability company? Should you be a regular corporation?
Right.
What should I be?
Right.
And if I'm going to do this, what should I be? Then we also talk about things like insurance.
Right.
What types of insurance do you need to protect yourself so that you don't lose what you're working so hard to get? We spend a lot of time on marketing research, because if you don't have anybody in your funnel, you're not going to make any money.
That's right.
If people don't know, like, and trust you,
Yes.
they're not going to pay you.
Right.
Okay, so we spend a lot of time on marketing. We also spend a lot of time on cash flow.
Okay.
All right, and what that is that's the money coming in and the money going out. And where businesses run into a problem is they don't do a good job of projecting how much they're going to have,
Right.
and then managing it once they have it.
Uh-huh.
So that we spend a lot of time there too, because your marketing is what's going to help you get customers, and then once you've got the customers, you have to manage everything.
Right.
We talk about operations in that, business communications and presentations. So how do you properly do emails? How do you properly give a presentation? All those types of things, so that when somebody goes to implement the plan, they have what they need to be able to move forward. They have a really clear understanding of what's involved with running the business. They have projections, and they have a clearer picture of what they're going to make, feasibility, sustainability.
So all you women out there who want to move on and start your own business, give Cynthia Marsh-Croll a call and see what programs they have available that may be good for you and what you want to do. And thank you for coming.
Thank you.
To speak with us. We really enjoyed it. And if you want to become more involved in empowering women everywhere, join us at Empowering Women Everywhere TV, and follow us on Facebook and join our group. We have a group on Facebook as well. Thank you very much, and thank you.
Thank you.
I've been looking for a house with no walls or no whispers, no hiding places, no secret sister. Been looking for a house that won't shelter a lie, no tear-stained past or reason to cry. I wanna live, live, live in a house of love. I wanna live, live, live in a house of love. I know there's a place where every heart is free. There's a house waiting there for me.
Hi, my name is Nan Gill, and I'm the host of Empowering Women Everywhere TV. Empowering Women Everywhere TV is a show that's designed to showcase women and men in our community that do an amazing job to make this world a better place.
I've been
find out about what other people are doing, and if you have someone that you know, or if maybe you are someone that should be on our show, please contact us at empoweringwomeneverywhere.tv and let us know so that we can have you on our show. We look forward to working with you. Have a great day.